Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. I hope you're having an amazing week. It is Monday as we're recording this, and we just came out of the most glorious weekend. It was so sunny. And so naturally, my family and I had to spend most of it outside. We explored a river rapids that's about 40 minutes away from our house, and we took our puppy with us and we explored the wilderness. Sophie had an amazing time. We spent a lot of it at playgrounds and parks, as you do when you have a toddler. And we spent one of the evenings watching the sunset while having fish and chips on the tray of our ute, which is such an Aussie thing to do. But we had such an amazing weekend. And I'm really so grateful to be able to experience that level of joy and presence and abundance, which really inspired this episode, today. And I know that this topic will resonate with a lot of people, especially working moms, and it's to do with living for the weekends. And even in that, I know you understand what I'm saying. I used to be such a weekend warrior where I would hustle my little butt off from Mondays to Fridays and really looking forward to the weekend when I can truly be present and live fully as myself. And I know a lot of you will resonate with this, where especially those of us who work a 9 to 5 from Mondays to Fridays and have children who goes to school Mondays to Fridays, our Mondays to Fridays, our weekdays are filled with the mundane, monotonous things, routines, commitments, and responsibilities that we do on a day-to-day basis that very often we just go through in autopilot. And then comes Friday, the glorious Friday, the day where the air is just filled with so much excitement. You're counting down the hours to the weekend, and it's almost like you can let go of this breath that you've held all week so that you can go into the weekend and fully enjoy the freedom that you have because you don't have to go into work. Does that resonate? And then we spend 2 days a week enjoying all the freedom, doing all of the things, catching up with family, going to a few parties, maybe being present with the kids, spending quality time with the family. Or if you're feeling really wild, you might even take a weekend trip away. And then Sunday night comes and the Sunday night scary set in. You know that feeling? I know that feeling very, very well because you're anticipating the Monday that comes when you get to repeat that cycle again and again and again. And before you know it, it's the end of the year and you've just allowed it to pass without being any closer to that vision and desire that you want to have for your life. Does that sound familiar at all? That was my life year on year on year before I started making intentional changes into how I viewed work and life to coexist instead of being separate. And I want to share that journey with you. I want to share my perspective and the shifts that I made in order to get me to where I am today. And so it's going to be a short and sweet one because I want to get you the value. I want you to get the value out of this as quickly as possible so you can start integrating that into your life and start making changes. Okay. I used to feel that in order to find balance and happiness and fulfillment and be truly myself, that my work life and my life has to be separate. In order for me to really be happy in my day-to-day life and to achieve the goals that I want, to live the life that I desire to live, I have to leave work at work. And then when it comes to life, none of work gets to be in it. And let me tell you, from that perspective, there is no balancing work and life because you spend so much time working, especially if you're working full time, you're spending Mondays to Fridays at work, which means you get 2 days to truly live. And when your every single day, Monday to Friday, is rooted in taking action that is disconnected from who you truly are, who you truly want to be, then there's a disconnect from what you do on a daily basis to the vision that you want to create, to the values that you want to fully live in your everyday life. And also when we allow ourselves to adopt that narrative where we get to only spend the 2 days a week to really enjoy ourselves and be truly ourselves and fully live as ourselves out of the 7 days that we get every single day, then that creates a narrative that joyfulness, abundance, freedom only exists in the scarcest amount of sources and also only available in short burst periods of time. And that's completely untrue. And what that narrative does also, it creates this narrative that we need to work a lot in order to receive just a tiny amount of reward. And that's completely not true as well. And it's when I started incorporating my work and my life into the same energetic field to show up to it as one person, as me, into both realities, into the realm of work, into the realm of life. That's when I started seeing a lot of shifts. I started seeing a lot of meaning into the mundane day-to-day things. I saw how the daily routines were not just going through the motions. I saw it as how I was serving my family. And going to work, I saw it as how I was serving my purpose, serving my employers, serving my financial abundance. And I saw that as an opportunity for me to be able to expand beyond what it is that I currently do now. Because I'm growing every single day that I show up and apply myself at work. I'm learning new things. I'm adding to my value. And in adding to my value, I'm also adding the value that I give out. And I'm seeing opportunities in a day-to-day basis where I get to be fully present. I get to be enjoying certain pockets of time every single day instead of just waiting for the weekend. I started seeing little things where I can tweak and change, where I can use it as opportunities or stepping stones to get to where I want to be. And isn't that just a definition of being grateful as well? Is that everything that we have in our current reality, whether or not it is something that we desire, it is something that we manifested in the past that we currently have in our reality. We often hear that we need to be grateful for what we have now in order to call in more of the things that we want. And what that truly looks like is that anything that you have in your reality now, right? It could be like a house that doesn't fully look like your dream house, or it could be a car that's breaking down, or it could be anything, right? How do we be grateful for those things? We get to see it in a different lens, right? We get to see those things from a light of how does this become the stepping stone, or how does this help me get to the reality that I want to create instead? It could be in the form of it giving you the inspiration to tell you that this no longer serves me. I would like a different reality, please. And this is how I'm going to get there. You start paving ways to get to where you want to go, instead of being stuck in a reality where I have a roof over my head. I need to be grateful, even though there's a leak on the roof that's over my head. It's the perspective that you see through it, right? Yes, you need to be grateful for everything that you have, but how can the reality of what you have right now help propel you to where you want to be? And being aware every single day of the choices and actions that you take in order to get through the week, but how can we start shifting those actions and making them more intentional so that it becomes more aligned to the vision that we want to build. And I'm not talking about making drastic changes, right? I'm not talking about quitting your job so that you can live the laptop lifestyle, because that's not for everyone. And if that calls to you and you have the means to do so, by all means, go for it. I encourage you to take big steps. But drastic changes isn't the only way to build that vision, to build that desire. It all starts with the little things. And it starts with the daily habits. And that's how I manifested my reality now. I started making small changes. It looked like waking up a little bit earlier so I can enjoy breakfast with my family instead of rushing out the door to go to work. It looked like leaving for work a little bit earlier so that I can spend 10 minutes in the car meditating before I start my workday so that I can show up to it more purposefully more intentionally so I can give more value as me. It looks like spending a couple of hours before I go to bed at night working on my business, building the business that is serving women who wants to live bigger lives. It can look like those little things. It can even look like you jamming to your favorite music in the car on the way to work to get you in like such an alive energy for the day, and really bringing that energy into the rest of the day instead of leaving that in that pocket of time. It's about being very intentional with your time, your energy, and your intention, and not allowing the external circumstances to veer you from your path so much. That's where the belief system comes in, is to have such a strong belief system that everything that you want is available to you. Circumstances might change, situations might change, but it is your job to respond in the best way possible and stay the course. Believe it and declare it, because it is literally impossible. If you align your actions to the values and the purpose and have a belief system to back it, it's literally impossible for you not to get there. Look, I used to feel so guilty about working on the weekends or on weeknights, because I viewed that as a time that I should be spending either resting, filling my own cup, or spending it with the family. But when I integrated my work and my life, I started creating space for all the different pillars that makes my life, that makes it so fulfilling and purposeful and so visionary. From my point of view, right? We all have different pillars that we have in our lives that we get to serve in order to have this life that we want to live. And my pillars are my growth, my family, my freedom, and my abundance. I love that I get to build a business that helps women who wants to live bigger lives. I love that I'm able to spend time with my family, guilt-free, fully present. I love that I get to spend my Mondays having brunch dates with my husband, or sometimes having a spa day on a Monday. I love being able to do that. It feels so abundant to me. I love that I get to spend some time every single day nurturing myself, my growth, my spirituality, in meditation, in journaling, or in breath work, in hypnosis, in acupuncture, in journaling, in reading, in whatever way that is. I get to show up in that every single day, and I love being able to do that. But it is only when I was very aware and intentional with how I spend my days every single day, with which pillars that I serve every single day. And you don't get to serve every single pillar at 100% every single day, and you're not meant to. What you're meant to do is to be able to say that you have served at least one of those pillars on any given day, and it spreads out throughout the week. The point is that you come to the end of the week and you do a review of the week, and you've seen that you've served every single pillar of your lives, and you are not the same person you were when you started the week. You are much better. You've added more value into the vision that you want to create. You've added more value into the community. You've served your family. You've served yourself. You've served your community in whatever way that looks like to you. It's all about the intention and the energy that you put into every single day. Don't wait till the weekend to build your business. Don't wait till the weekend to be present with your family. Don't wait till the weekend to nurture your spirituality. Don't wait till the weekend to be fully yourself. You get to do that on a daily basis. And just because you have commitments and responsibilities that take up a chunk of time for most of the week doesn't mean that all of the other pillars gets to suffer. We wipe that off our reality. We dust off that narrative that no longer serves us. And we adopt a new narrative where Our intention, our energy defines how we spend our days, what actions we take every single day that moves us closer to that vision that we want to get to. It's literally impossible for us not to get there if we align our actions and our beliefs to that direction. Okay, my loves, I hope that episode served you. I am currently running a 14-day mindfulness challenge in the form of guided meditations for 14 days. Every single day, we focus on a different theme, and you get to keep those guided meditations forever. We started on August 8th, but there's no time like the present. If you feel called to sign up, definitely sign up. It will serve you in the best way possible. I will leave all of my social links in the show notes and description box as well. So come and say hi, and I will catch you in the next episode. Bye, guys.